motivating, inspiring, empowering, fruitful, fulfilling, helpful. These are legit terms that I have heard people use and that I myself have used to describe mentors and their relationships with mentors. And if you're a smart girl, which I think you are, those are terms that you want to be able to use when you're talking about your mentors and your relationships with your mentors. But in order to do that, you have to be intentional and deliberate when it comes to establishing your relationship with your mentor. My name is Cecelia Towns. I'm the Sporty Esquire, and you're here with me for another episode of Working Women Wednesday, the series where I share with you the things that I've learned and the things that I'm learning from my career as an attorney, as an entrepreneur, and as a former student athlete. And if you have joined us for the past couple of weeks, you know that we're on the topic of mentors and mentorship. Week 1, we talked about the crazy things not to do when you're looking for a mentor. Week 2, I gave you some tips on what you should do when you're in search of a mentor. And so this week, we're going to talk about, boom, now I got a mentor. How do I make sure that this is a profitable relationship for both of us? That I feel fulfilled, I feel like I am getting something out of this relationship. How do I make sure that it's a good situation and not a waste of my time, and that I'm not making myself look crazy? Y'all know I got you, right? So I think there's like 4 things that if you focus on these things, I'm not saying these are the only things that you need to do, but if you focus on these 4 things, you'll be on your way to making sure that your relationship with your mentor and your mentee is one that you're both proud of. The first thing that you have to do, you have to come in knowing and being committed and being consistent to the mentorship. So again, I will say it again and again and again, a mentorship is a relationship. And all relationships, they take commitment, right? And they take being consistent. So you guys need to start off your mentorships, with setting expectations for how often you're going to talk to each other, how often you are going to be sharing with one another. If it's bi-monthly, what day of the week are you gonna commit to engaging with that person? And if you're in the mentee position, be committed to doing the things that they have told you to do. Like if someone tells you to do a bit of a homework assignment in between now and the next time that you talk to them, show the commitment, show the consistency, and do the assignments. Like you can't expect that a relationship is going to be a fruitful one if you're not willing to put in the work. I have had young women that, we start off saying, okay, I'm going to help you out. And I tell them to do X, Y, Z, and they don't do it. And for me, I can't do anything else with you. Like if you won't take the first step, I'm certainly not going to do the work for you. And that's how most mentors feel. So if they give you a homework assignment, if they say, let's meet on this day and this time, be there and be ready to go. And then come with your questions, right? So if you're asking your mentor for time, be ready to have some things to talk about. Don't show up just, staring at the person or breathing hard on the telephone. You need to be ready to establish what you want to talk about, what you want to learn from them, what you want them to share with you. The second thing to establishing a fruitful mentorship is to be open and honest. And I mean, be willing to share your concerns, your fears, the things that you truly want out of life, and be willing to be honest with one another. So this is a message that's not just for the mentee, but it's for the mentor also. You have to be open and give, honest feedback, and not necessarily in a way that's always going to hurt people's feelings, but in a way that's really going to help someone grow. If you're not open and honest about your expectations, about your concerns, then you can't have an open and honest relationship. And all relationships, they need that openness and that honesty in order to be successful. If you want someone to help you, you have to be open and honest about where the areas are that you need help. And if you're the mentor, you have to be open and honest about the things that you see that this person needs help with, even if they might not see it for themselves. So that leads into the third thing, which is kind of being open, but it's really about being coachable. If you're the mentee in this situation, you can't come in with a chip on your shoulder like you know everything. If you knew everything, you wouldn't need a mentor. Okay, I have had too many instances where, I'm helping or thinking I'm helping someone and they don't take the advice, or they're trying to tell me what they're going to do. Listen, everybody has their own free will, but what you're not going to do is waste my time and waste your mentor's time by asking them all these questions, asking for all this advice, and then going and doing what you're going to do, what you were going to do before you talk to them. That's a waste of everybody's time. And the second that your mentor gets the impression that you're really not trying to listen to what they're saying, or that you really, are just kind of wasting their time, you're going to dead the relationship. And they're going to put less and less time and less effort into helping you succeed. So be coachable. Again, that doesn't mean to take every little piece of advice, but be willing to listen to someone who you said you admired in the first place, right? Okay. And then that leads to the last thing, which is being patient. So like any relationship, sometimes you can have bumps in the road. Sometimes you can get cancellations on meetings. Sometimes, personalities take a little while to understand, but just be patient. Sometimes if you think about someone you're dating, sometimes you guys click immediately. And sometimes, you kind of are feeling each other, and then it just takes a little time to get things going. That's how mentorships can be. Sometimes it's an instant chemistry, and sometimes, just because of personality differences, it just takes a little time. So this goes back to what I talked about last week in being flexible. Be patient, be flexible, be understanding that everything is not going to always play out exactly how you think it is, but that's not a reason to give up. That's not a reason to say, oh, I need a new mentor. Just be patient, because, you were placed with that person for a reason, or you saw something in that person that made you want to put the effort into that relationship. So be patient. So that's it, really. When it comes to establishing a fruitful relationship with a mentor, just be ready to be committed and consistent, be open and honest with one another, be coachable, and be patient. And I promise you, if you do those things, chances are really, really good that you're going to be able to call your mentor and your mentorship amazing and empowering and inspiring, and you'll be ready to do some mentoring of your own. This has been Cecelia Towns, the Sporty Esquire, and if you are in need of a mentor, definitely check out Gladiators next week, because we will be relaunching our mentorship program. And if you need a mentor or you want to mentor someone, we're definitely in the need of for people who want to mentor people. Just sign up for our program, and we'll do our best to get you connected to some really amazing men and women who want to help you with your career. Thanks for tuning in for Working Women Wednesday. I'll see you next week. Bye.